Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. In this episode, I'm going to be doing more quests that I missed along the way. I did plug everything into my completionist checklist, and I should be able to finish up within a couple of episodes. Plus the instances, of course. I still need to do the 16th Hall and Nar-Narbergud, the raid. But for now, I'm going to start by doing some of the quests. And I'm going to start over here in Durin's Threshold, right at the start of Moria. There was a quest that I missed here right at the beginning. And as always, it's because I failed to interact with an item that gives the quest. These are pretty easy to miss since they don't get marked on your map at all. It should be right up here in this corner, I believe. It's this axe right here. I don't know how I missed that, it's right on the way. This axe has dwarf make and looks to have been abandoned recently. Perhaps one of the dwarf expeditionaries has encountered trouble upon the road. You should search nearby for the owner of this axe. Alright, and looks like it's gonna be right up here. Now remember first coming by this guy when we started Moria and thinking he was gonna give me a quest, but he never did, and here's why. I'm a silly old fool for rushing in here without any help, but I thought this mad goblin was just up here by himself. Little did I know the goblin is skilled at combat. He has spoken madness since then of a tribe lurking in the darkness, somewhere near, led by a mysterious voice from the darkness. It is something he fears greatly. That was weird. Do not worry about me. This leg is not as bad as it looks. Go and let Tubi know that about the goblins and the voice. Those are far more troublesome than this nick on my leg. Let me go ahead and rescue him from this annoying goblin. The voice will not tolerate defeat. Moria belongs to the goblins, not the dwarves. You shall fall to the voice. Moria belongs to him now. So let's talk to this Tubi guy.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
What Kambi says is disturbing. A goblin tribe this close to the entrance bothers me. We cannot safely reclaim Moria with such an impending threat. I'm curious as to the nature of this voice as well. We must do what we can to locate their camp, for while in Moria contains many unsleeping things that disappear into the darkness, goblins are not one of them.
If we drive the orcs from Khazad-dûm, will it be enough?
According to Kambi, the chieftain is said to go through the broken wall above the eastern stairs. We must see if this goblin tribe does, in fact, lurk in the shadows. I also want to know more about this voice the chieftain was so fearful of. Head to the east through the crack and locate the tribe. I think it's gonna be that little goblin camp down there. And here we are. You have discovered the goblin encampment. A deep, gruff voice barks sharp orders.
These halls will be great once more.
By Durin's beard, someone has come to help me. I was cut off from the rest of the group venturing forward through this area, and I found myself here. So if you remember, he did have a few quests for me that I already did, so I guess that was a bit of a vector quest into here. I think next up what I want to do is head to the Waterworks, and I will swift travel there. There's 3 quests that I need to do there. So the first one is locating the final piece of the statue of Helgi Goblinbane. If you remember, I've been finding bits and pieces of that statue throughout Moria, but I never found the one here in the Waterworks. But now I know where it is, so let's go grab it. Finally gonna conclude that pretty long quest chain there with finding all the pieces. Hopefully the conclusion will be at least somewhat exciting. So many broken legs here. Very unfortunate. So I did take some time to plan this episode, that way I know exactly where I have to go to hit up some of the quests. And the torso of the statue is right here. This is a piece of the torso of the statue of Helgi Goblinbane that once stood outside the Chamber of the Crossroads. The goblins of Durin's Way destroyed the statue, and its parts can be found scattered throughout Moria. A dwarf named Uxie endeavors to reassemble the statue. So there are a couple more items I can interact with here in the Waterworks that will give me quests. Specifically, there is a mirror. As you know, each region here in Moria, I've been finding mirrors that have a quest associated with them. So the Waterworks is no different. And then there's going to be a brooch of Lothlorien, sorry. And those are both more or less in the same place. Kind of far away, so I may fast forward this. It's all the way in the Palace of Nine, or Nain, however you want to pronounce it. Overshot the entrance a little bit. Sorry about that. Was moving way too far west. Palace should be right here. I think I can get up from over here. If I'm not mistaken, should work. I can just curl around, I guess. Alright, so here's one item. How I'm supposed to find this, I don't know, but there's a brooch of Lorien right here. Nestled among the webs of the glass spiders, you find a brooch. It features a green leaf veined in silver. The name Gerfast is engraved in the back. You find it odd that a brooch of Lothlorien bears the name of a dwarf. So there's that. And then right up here should be a mirror. That spider's not happy. You stand before a mirror deep within the Waterworks. It is used to illuminate the flooded depths, but it has been twisted out of position. The creatures of the deeps loathe the light it reflects, but that very light is the greatest hope for the expedition. Perhaps shifting the angle will return much needed light into the Waterworks. I was trying to pick a reward already. That was greedy of me. So let me return to the rotting cellar. There we go. And talk with some of the dwarves here.
Azog's folk have not yet fully repaid for their crimes against us.
Excellent work. I can see the reflected light from here. There is much of Khazad-dûm that is buried beneath the waters here. Without that light, we would never be able to fully map and explore it. There's that.
The Lords of Moria have returned.
I have heard of the dwarf Uxie's endeavors to reassemble Helby Goblin Bane's great statue. So the statue's torso was nearly lost in the flooded depths? I'm glad you came when you did. It seems like the water rises daily. Before long, the statue might have been lost to history. I will send this piece along to the Chamber of the Crossroads.
Hear me out, friend, for I have a tale of glory to tell.
So once you do collect all 5 of these statue pieces, this quest is going to open up. You have gathered all of the pieces of Helgi Goblin Bane's statue. Uxie is waiting for you at the Chamber of the Crossroads. The statue is now ready to be assembled once again to strike fear into the hearts of goblins and orcs in all of Moria. So let me see about getting to the Chamber of the Crossroads. Oh no, there's no swift travel anywhere. It's very sad. Alright, I guess I'll do some editing. I will meet you back at... yeah, at the Chamber of the Crossroads. Let's do that. Alright, friends. So here is the broken statue. Let's see if we can finally fix it. It's taken us a long time, but hopefully now we can restore it.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Kippen, you have done what I thought was impossible. Because of your actions, the name of Helgi Goblin Bane shall continue to strike fear into the hearts of the orc kind within Khazad-dûm. The statue base is there at the center of the court. Will you do the honors of reassembling it? I most certainly will. And there it is. Helgi Goblin Bane's stern visage once more overlooks this hall. It's a pretty cool statue. I'd say it was worth the work.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
Bellows and Anvil, Kippen, what a long, strange trip you've been on. Those goblins and their orcish allies nearly got away with their plan to erase the name of the legendary Helgi Goblin Bane from not only their memory, but perhaps in time also from ours. Aye, this is such a beautiful act, from one who is not even planning to settle permanently within Khazad-dûm's magnificent halls. I am so proud of you. Excuse me, I seem to have a fleck of stone dust in my eye. So, I don't know about these rewards, but I'll just take whatever for now. Okay. Now, there is another quest chain that I missed pretty near to here. I believe if I come out this way, it's another item that I failed to interact with that opens up a quest chain. It's right here, this ornate chest piece. You have found an ornate chest piece from a set of heavy armor, old but of superlative craftsmanship and raked with claw marks, lying seemingly unattended. You may wish to find out more about it. Perhaps a dwarf in the Chamber of the Crossroads will know more. Let's see what I can figure out about this.
The day of the dwarves is coming.
An ornate chess piece, you say? Surrounded by bats? That is interesting.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm. Stay and speak with me a moment.
The armor you found is a beautiful piece of craftsmanship, Kippen. What interests me particularly are those gouges in it. Look here, and here. I believe this was carried in a creature's claws. Attacked by bats? Well, I suppose. But why would a bat carry a piece of armor about? It is most peculiar. When inspecting finely crafted armor, there is one dwarf who I would count on beyond all others. Sigdin. Talk to him here at the Chamber of the Crossroads. He may have some insight into this strange find. So I guess I was supposed to be attacked by those 2 bats near the ornate chest piece, but since I'm so over-leveled.
These halls will be great once more.
Yes, I am Sigdin, your servant, brave warden. Why have you sought me out? Sigdin looks carefully at the claw marks in the armor. These scratches are too deep to have been caused by even a largest of bats. It would seem to have taken something much stronger to have pierced the armor this well made. That is really all I can say.
The House of Durin will live forever!
Sigden doesn't think this was done by a bat, and neither do I. The bats fit into this in some way, but I have yet to figure that out. Alright, so... I thought for sure there were going to be more quests here. It's supposed to open up with another quest, so I'm a little bit confused about that, not gonna lie. Now, there were a lot of quests that got changed due to Update 7 and Update 9 of the game, so it may be that they removed the other parts of this quest chain. I'll have to look into that again. But he was supposed to have another quest for me, I believe. No. So there was supposed to be another quest called Scraps of Shadow, and then once I finished that one, he was supposed to send me to J.R.R. But I may just go to J.R.R. without speaking with him, because maybe the way they rework things, the quest opens up there. Let me see what I can do.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Can I not swift travel to J.R.R. from here? That seems a little silly. I guess I'll go to the 21st Hall and maybe I can travel from there. Let me see what we have here.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
So I can't swift travel there, but I can do this. Let's do it. This is just to check if there's a quest there. And then I'll be back here at the 21st Hall to do a couple more quests before I finish the episode out. Okay. I don't see any quest rings. I don't see any quest rings at all. So I think they probably just removed that quest from the game. Which I'm not entirely sure why, because it kind of got left on a cliffhanger. Alright, well, I'll look into that before the next episode, but for now, let me just return to the 21st Hall and do a couple more quests. Alright, first of all, let me turn in this one about the Brooch of Lorien.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Where did you find this? In a web in the Waterworks, you say? This belonged to my great-great-great-grandfather, whose name I now bear. Thank you for bringing this to me. Alright, so there's that. There's gonna be another mirror quest here in the Hall of Durin, so let me head that way. And I guess, let me climb up. I'm pretty sure the mirror's all the way up here. There it is. By swiveling this mirror back into place, he will help restore the old lighting system to the dark and dangerous halls of Moria. It is a small victory for the dwarves' expedition, but a victory nonetheless. So finally I have to speak with the dwarf in the 21st Hall again. Just take the goat over. It's nice and quick.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
Ah, Kippen, I wondered who brought the light back to this hall. Your efforts to restore the lighting system are a great endeavor, you know. It may seem a minor task, but I think it is a great deed. Okay, so those are all the quests I had lined up. So there are a few more to do in the Red Horn loads, which actually involve a couple of instances, similar to the crafting instances for the lumber that I did several episodes back. So I'll do those in the next episode. I'll also triple check the completionist checklist, make sure there's nothing else left to do. I will say that there's a few quests here in Moria that are technically considered Moria quests, but they're in the area right outside of Moria in Lothlorien. So I'm actually going to do those in the next season. So that's just something for you guys to keep in mind. They're the Dimrill Dale quests, of course. So I'm going to save those for next season, even though they're technically Moria quests. But besides that, I think we're pretty much done. Alright guys, so I did a little bit of research and it turns out I already did these Scraps of Shadow quest. I guess what they did with the Moria revamp updates was that they disassociated that quest from the quest chain of the two that I just did for him. So if you remember, the Scraps of Shadow quest was the one where I talked with a dwarf near the Door of the Clouds, and he sent me to kill some Mervale at the Bat Cave, pretty much. So I've already done that, and I guess in the old quest chain, once you did that quest, you could come back here, and Rambi would give you another quest, which I'm not sure if it got removed from the game as well, but just in case it didn't, I'm going to artificially do it. This is called To Jazzergund, and the reason I'm going to artificially do it and assume that it may not have been removed from the game is usually some of these vector quests, if you've already been to the region where the vector quest is sending you to, sometimes you can't access the quest. So just to be on the safe side, we'll artificially do the quest called To Jazzergund. So if I were to talk to Rambi, he would say, I don't know what these Mervale are, Kippen. This is the first I've heard of them, though perhaps they are related to the Mervale. But I am certain that their presence here in Khazad-dûm bodes only ill. I've heard reports from our companions in Jazzergund to the north and east of here that there is a huge cavern on the eastern end of Durin's Way, crawling with both Mervale and Merville. I want you to head east to Jazzergund and speak with Oxy. You should know more about the Merville and may have some plan to deal with them. I warn you though, this is a very dangerous area. Alright. So let me do what I just did. Oh, I do have a swift travel to Jazzergund. Nice. So let's just do that. Make it nice and easy. So next I would speak with Oxy. There he is. And he would say, so Rambi wants to learn more about the accursed Merville. Well, I'm afraid I cannot say that I've learned too much as of yet, and all that I know is ill news indeed. But so be it. Alright, so that would be that. That would complete the quest called To Jazzergund. And now I believe we're pretty clean and fresh and done what we need to do. Again, I'm not sure if this quest is still in the game, but that was just to be safe. Alright, so this time really thanks for watching. In the next one, I'll meet you over at the Red Horn Loads for a few more quests.